Hello, my fellow Nigerians. The rift between Ngilale and Bayo Onanuga, the special advisor to Tinubu. You see, Onanuga will be jealous of Ngilale. And, they are all both liars. But Ngilale said he will not tell lies to Nigerians. That is why the rift between them have ascended to the call for him to resign. Ajuri Ngilale, known for his distinguished career as a broadcast journalist and his role as a special advisor to the president on media and publicity, did not resign due to a critical medical situation within his family, as previously stated. Instead, sources told FIJ that his departure was a result of a significant internal conflict with Bayo Onanuga, the special advisor on information and strategy to President Bola Tinubu. Ngilale, who also served as a special presidential envoy on the climate action, announced his resignation on Saturday, citing pressing family health issues. In his resignation letter, he mentioned stepping away to address these matters, but expressed hopes of returning to national service in the future. But multiple highly placed sources in and around the presidency told FIJ on Saturday afternoon that Ngilale exit was not triggered by a family health emergency, but rather his loss in a power tussle with Bayo Onanuga, the special advisor on information and strategy. FIJ understand that following the election of Bola Tinubu as a Nigerian's president in 2023, Ngilale did not exactly hit it off with Onanuga, largely because having been in government before Onanuga, President Muhammad Buhari appointed Ngilale his senior special advisor on public affairs in 2019, and he served in this position until the end of Buhari's tenure. He considered himself Onanuga's boss. Ngilale, 37, began his career with the African Independence Television in 2000, while Onanuga, 67, a former managing director of the News Agency of Nigeria, began his career in the 1980s. There was one problem, though. While Ngilale was a special advisor on media and publicity, Onanuga was the special advisor on information and strategy. FIJ understand that civil servants found the role of confusing. This was not nothing like in the Buhari administration when Femi Adesina was the special advisor on media and publicity, and Garba Shehu, the senior special advisor on media publicity. In the latter case, everyone knew Adesina as SC was senior, while Adesina as SSA was subordinate. Ngilale and Onanuga both had special advisors role, and the portfolio seemed similar. However, by design, the civil service structure of the villa reported to the SC media, and that was Ngilale. Ngilale considered himself untouchable because he had the backing of the president's son, and Femi Gbajabiamila, the president's chief of staff, one source who asked not to be named for fear of retribution told FIJ he was fired. I became aware of this on Tuesday, but I won't rule out the possibility that it happened earlier. When he got the letter, he started to plead to be allowed to resign as a soft landing. He was eventually given a soft landing, which is understandable. News of his sacking in public would have thoroughly embarrassed not just Ngilale but the presidency too. Although this source expressed regrets that things eventually got to ahead, they considered that there was no other way out given Ngilale's unwillingness to discuss his long-drawn-out fight with Onanuga when the opportunities were presented to him. The Ngilale-Onanuga fight was not secret in the villa, so several top appointees and cabinet members attempted to intervene at separate times, and while Onanuga was open to speak talks, Ngilale wasn't. The source continued. For example, Mohammed Idris Malagi, the Minister of Information and National Orientation, called for talks four times. Onanuga was willing to attend, but Ngilale snubbed them all, always claiming he was busy. Civil servant who asked not to be named, as well as a source familiar with the presidency happening, told FIJ that Onanuga, despite being formally appointed in October 2023, was a squatter in the presidency and did not have an office of his own until just a few months ago. When Onanuga was appointed, he had no office. He was squatting in Tunde Rahman's office, said one of the sources. It was just recently that he eventually got an office that belonged to either Wale Edun or Zacchaeus Adedeji when they were still advisors. Rahman, the senior special assistant to the president on media and publicity, was appointed in July 2023, 3 months earlier than Onanuga's appointment. Meanwhile, Zacchaeus Adedeji was appointed special advisor on revenue, Wale Edun was appointed special advisor on monetary policy in June 2023. While Adedeji has since become the executive chairman, Federal Inland Revenue Service, Edun has since become Minister of Finance and coordinating Minister of Economic. Notably, all the 3 appointments came months ahead of Onanuga's. There were people who had been with Tinubu for decades, unlike Ngilale. So how did Ngilale become so powerful that he got appointed earlier, plugged Onanuga from having an office to himself, and all the aforementioned appointees could not fix Onanuga an office? As written earlier, Ngilale had the backing of Sheyi Tinubu and Gbajabiamila, but a third source took it even further, saying it was about how he got the job. During the 2023 presidential election, the special advisor on Presidential Enabling Business Enrollment Council introduced Ngilale to Gbajabiamila, said the source. When Ngilale got there, he met Sheyi. He told Sheyi he would facilitate a CNN interview during which Tinubu presidential ambition would be discussed. Sheyi thought it was impossible, but Ngilale did it. He secured the interview on CNN. He then told Sheyi the time and the date it would air. Sheyi promised Ngilale that Tinubu would phone him if he pulled it off. Immediately after the interview was aired, Tinubu called Ngilale. When Tinubu won the election, Ngilale was abroad. People told him to return home, but he said no. He insisted he would get his own appointment once he arrived in the country. And that was exactly what happened. Ngilale appointments by Tinubu was announced days after his return to Nigeria. FIJ understands that village staff and civil servants whose work related to the president's communication strategy noticed the tension between Ngilale and Onanuga and thought if they worked with one, then the other thought they were against him. This meant work of publishing the president's progress policies was derailed, said the source. By the way, Ngilale instructed civil servants that no statement from Onanuga could go out if he had not personally cleared it. If you speak with sources across divides, they would tell you Onanuga was the more peace-seeking of the duo. But this particular order from Ngilale to civil servants annoyed Onanuga. FIG understands Ngilale standing with Tinubu started to plummet once it was easy to preach to the president how Ngilale on harmonious relationship, not just with Onanuga but with the media, was hindered, and good publicity for the president. He did not have a good relationship with journalists, asked the reporters, asked the State House correspondents, and also asked editors, added the source. Many people consider him disrespectful and arrogant. Even the editors. You can hardly find any important editor in Nigeria who likes or regards Ngilale. Meanwhile, FIJ said, I text and WhatsApp messages to Ngilale seeking his comments, but they were not replied. FIJ also made cellular and WhatsApp calls to Ngilale's number, but none was answered. So, my dear people of Nigeria, this is what is happening. So, what do you suggest in this case, this matter? See, that is why Tinubu could not advise Ngilale to stop the writing of resignation, or that is why Tinubu approved the resignation letter, because I thought he preferred Onanuga more than that of Ngilale. See what Tinubu have just said. His reaction on the resignation of Ngilale. In a statement by the presidency, Tinubu extended his heartfelt prayers and best wishes to Chief Ngilale and his family during this challenging moment. The president hopes for a speedy recovery and a full restoration to health. The president knows his tireless efforts and dedication in serving the nation, and thanks him for the remarkable contributions he made it in his various capacities, especially in advancing national discourse and leading efforts on climate action and other key initiatives. The president wishes him well in all his future endeavors. During this period, we kindly ask that the wish for privacy of Chief Ngilale and his family be respected. My people, my Nigerian people, in your comment section, say your opinion and comment. Subscribe to this channel, love, share, and like. God bless Nigeria. Thanks and God bless. Amen.